Welcome back everybody. Today we're gonna play Sova on Lotus. Today is day 176 of playing every agent on every map. Today's agent Sova is in my opinion an underrated pick for a map like Lotus. I usually only see Fate played on this map, but Sova actually has a bunch of pretty good lineups and also a bunch of pretty good easy darts you can throw. His shock darts are also usually pretty strong and you can use him pretty well to destroy the sentinel usual that is usually placed on C or on A. Also pretty decent if you want to just do some chaos on the map with some reveals, play Odin, and in general a pretty strong pick. Starting off with A-side defense. On A-side defense you can get a lot of information over the enemies by just throwing a dart in the beginning of the round right here. This dart will give you a ping on anyone that is trying to come out of main, and if you want to play a little aggressive on the A main space you can take this ult orb right here with this dart. As long as this dart doesn't ping anybody, you're pretty much safe to take this dart here and this orb here and then get out again. What you can also do is like jump spot like here and get information over main like that. It is a pretty safe jump spot and then you can go easily back as soon as you see somebody, maybe even go around the corner, throw some shock darts, can work out pretty well. Using this shock dart here right here is also a pretty good idea because most of the times the enemies are either gonna walk out straight if you don't have any damaging util to stop them, for example a raise nade, and if they have a raise nade or your team has a raise nade, they are usually going up like this and then they will get hit by your shock dart most of the times for a lot of damage by just throwing a shock dart like this, one bounce at this wall full charge. It will hit them right as they are going up and they will take a lot of damage. Another thing that you can do, but it isn't really recommended, is to drone in the beginning of the round if you're playing alone on A. Drone like this to get some information, see if somebody is playing deep here, if they are waiting for you, and just in general using your drone as an information tool. But I don't recommend that you do that in the beginning of the round, more like to re-clear some space after you have maybe lost the C space or you have maybe lost the A space and then you're trying to retake, trying to find out if anyone is lurking on the A space. What you can also do if you're coming to the site again when I'm making sure nobody's in main is to throw a dart like this. This dart will ping out anyone that is behind rubble. The only people it will not ping out are the people that are playing here close or the people that are playing all the way here close, but if they are playing that close and you're throwing a dart from here, most of the times you have already seen them and you are either going to die throwing the dart or you will know if somebody is close. Another thing that I like doing is to kind of wait for the enemies to come in and then use a dart like this. Waiting all the way back here, see that I just have a small gap right here at the link area, and then I throw a dart like this, one bounce at this wall, and then I play with node in right here 3, just shoot through this wall. Like this you can get a lot of kills, especially if somebody's trying to take the ult orb, and you can do a lot of damage. Another really good thing if somebody's trying to take the ult orb is something like this, one bounce with a dart, like this. It will land right on the ult orb and it will do a lot of damage to the players that are playing close here. Like that you can do a lot of damage on the person that is taking the ult orb, or even if you know somebody is close there just hiding, you can kind of push them out or just do a lot of damage. What you can also do is to play in the heaven area because this area usually gets smoked off, and just wait with a dart right here. As soon as they are smoking it off or as soon as you hear the steps, you can throw a dart like this and then stand inside the smoke, spam with a phantom or even a vandal. I don't recommend the vandal because then they can see where you're shooting from, but if you do it with a phantom it is pretty safe and you can get some free kills off of it like that. Or you can also use your shock darts to stop the enemies from planting, either like this or like this right here on the default plant spot, or even no bounce at all, just like this towards the really good plant spot that is right here. All of these plant spots you will most likely hear the difference. If somebody's planting close, you can throw the shock dart close. If they're planting right here, you can throw it with one bounce, and if you think they are planting right here for the really good spot, you can just throw a shock dart like this and do a lot of damage to them. What you can also do, especially on retakes, is to drone from here, go on top of these boxes, get a lot of height and get them more information, and maybe even use your ult. Another thing that you can do is just wait here in the stairs area. As soon as somebody is trying to come in, throw a dart either there or close here in spots that are hard to shoot, and yeah, then you can get some free kills through this smoke. Switching over towards B now. B is the spot where I don't really recommend that you play. You can do it from time to time, but it isn't the greatest spot. And if you have a lineup for a dart, you can actually play B pretty well and kind of defend A as well. With a dart like this, sometimes it will land at this roof right here, but if you can get it through the roof here to land somewhere at this wall, you can play in the link area with an Odin and just spam the people that are trying to go for an orb like this. Or even if you break this wall right here, throwing a shock or a dart like this, and then spamming the people close, maybe even with a shock dart like this. If somebody is playing in this close area right here, throwing a shock dart like this, getting them and doing a lot of damage on them is a pretty good idea. So if you're playing B, play towards the link area, it is most of likely the best spot. And even if they're coming in towards the B area, you can throw a reveal like this and reveal the enemies as they're coming in, making it pretty hard to shoot the reveal and also giving you information over people coming into main. You can also stop the planter with a shock dart like this and do a lot of damage to them. You can also use that, by the way, with a reveal and get kills if you are smoked here as well. For main, there's not really that much you can do. You can kind of wait in this smoke right here if there is a smoke or in the heaven smoke and throw a reveal like this and then spam the people as they are coming in. This reveal is pretty hard to shoot, but it isn't the greatest value you can get out of a Sova. For a retake, I recommend you're using your drone either from Link or from Heaven, and make sure to not get Breach Aftershock. Breach is a pretty common agent on this map, and he can Aftershock you pretty easily. What you can also do is to stop the enemies from planting with shock darts like this, or even like this if they are planting close here and you don't think anyone is close there. Other things that you can do is also stopping enemies from coming in. So for example, you're waiting here, thinking the enemies are coming in, picking out, throwing a shock dart. Same thing also with the link area right here. If they're trying to split A, just jump and shoot a shock dart like this, or if they're already in the link area, you can shoot a shock dart like this to do a lot of damage to them as well. Now switching over towards the C area, and on C, something you can do as a more supportive kind of way is a reveal like this. It reveals all of the people that are coming in towards the main area, and it is pretty hard to shoot, and it comes from a pretty unexpected angle. So if you have a teammate that is playing here on main, waiting for the enemies to come in, a reveal like this can get him a lot of value, and you can do a lot of damage to them like that as well if you're spamming through the smoke. Same thing, by the way, also with this reveal if you're using it with a Sova. This can be pretty effective and can get you a lot of value. What you can also do sometimes is a shock dart like this. This shock dart will do a lot of damage on the people that are coming in, and I think it can work out with some damage sometimes, but it isn't the greatest shock dart you can use, but from time to time it can give you some value. What you can also do, play backside with a reveal, wait for the enemies to come in, spam through these boxes. Same thing also if you're playing CT and you're smoked off. Especially good if the enemies have a killjoy ult, because then the safe spot for a killjoy ult is this corner, and with a reveal like this you can do a lot of damage on the people that are coming in and kind of still are able to dodge the killjoy ult. Or you can also use shock darts like this in the main area, either with no bounce or one bounce. Also pretty good is a shock dart like this on the default plant spot to do a lot of damage to the players that are trying to go for a plant. Or even with a double bounce on the people that are trying to play a little further behind and plant right here in the safe spot. Or again, the normal plant spot right here, the really good one, you can use or kind of counteract that with a shock dart. What you can also do is a reveal like this. It isn't the greatest reveal. What you can also do is a reveal like this. It isn't the greatest reveal, but it can reveal a lot of the enemies sometimes if you get it exactly right. Through this area right here, you can throw fade reveals. Sova reveals don't really work that well, but you can also kind of use them to distract the enemies as you're coming out of the CT area. So you're just waiting here to come out, use a reveal like this, and peek out and do a lot of damage to the players and catch them off from a really unexpected timing. Shock darts like this are also pretty good to hit the people that are playing close here. Same thing can, by the way, also be done if you're playing from this area right here. Do a lot of damage on the players that are playing on top of these boxes. Same thing also with the boxes right here close. You can use a shock dart like this, or even a shock dart like this, or just trickle peeking around the corner with a shock dart. This can be pretty effective and can get you a lot of kills. For your retake, I recommend that you drone. You have a lot of different areas where you can drone from. For example, from CT and clear out the backside area, or even from waterfall right here, clearing out the side area, making sure nobody is close here. Checking if somebody's there, and then checking for the backside people. Switching over towards attack now. On attack, in the beginning of the round, you can throw a dart like this, right here, to detect anyone that is trying to push into the A main space. This is a pretty strong dart that gives you a lot of information over all of this area right here. The farther you throw it right here, the less it can get broken by the people that are playing all the way close here in this corner. So if you throw it all the way in this corner, it will reveal all the way up until here. But if you throw it more towards the edge, like right here, it will also reveal people that are playing close here. It is kind of a trade-off. If they always break it from far behind and you don't get any information, I would recommend you shoot it farther towards the middle or towards the right. And if they don't break it, just go all the way as much as you can towards this side and reveal as much area as you can. What you can also do if you want to re-clear this area is to use a drone like this, get information over anyone playing close here, even close below, and maybe even the people playing close behind these boxes, depending on where you want to go. You can also get all the way up here close if the enemies don't have any damaging util, clear out close, and then start clearing out towards the side, also clearing out this close corner, and like that making sure nobody is catching you off guard. What you can also do if the enemies have a killjoy and the killjoy tends to play on A is to throw a shock dart like this, or even shock darts towards the stairs area. This is where people usually play at. Same thing also with here, double bounce shock dart like this on the people that are trying to hold you on this angle right here. It will do a lot of damage to them and will make it pretty hard for them to take this space. What you can also do is play a little more passive, wait for your teammates to clear out all of the area, and then use your darts and drone towards the side. I would recommend that you're using your drone first. By the way, careful, if this door is opened or getting opened, using your drone in this spot is kind of a risky thing. In general, using your drone in this spot is kind of a risky thing because the enemies can just shoot through this wall and it takes one hit for your drone to get cancelled and you can get killed pretty easily, so always use that with caution. Clear out here close, clear out towards backside, or even go in towards the area right here on 3. Have a teammate open the door for you and you drone in like this, checking close behind the tree, and then checking out towards the side. What you can also do if you're already in tree is to use a dart like this, one bounce towards backside, to get information over anyone playing in the close corners right here or towards the backside area. Or if you know somebody else is in the drop area, is a thing that you can do is a double bounce like this, or even a one bounce like this, but then you have to be careful of the enemies peeking you, and you can get peeked pretty easily by the enemies. So using it from all the way back here with either one bounce or two bounces is a pretty good idea, making it safer for you and easier or harder for the enemies to escape. What you can also do with your dart if you're in here is to use one like this. It will reveal the people on heaven and the people on drop, and also the people that are playing here close. If you're coming into the side from main, the dart that you're gonna use is one like this. Jump and throw it like this. It will land pretty high up on this wall. It will reveal most of backside and people here close, and also the people that are playing here in heaven. And it is a pretty easy dart to shoot, but it comes from a pretty unexpected angle, and most of the times you're gonna get at least one scan off of it as well. If you want to use a ult, I recommend you do it off of your drone, or if you know somebody is playing backside and the team is going in, a ult like this can also be pretty effective, because it will clear out backside and drop at the same time, making sure your ult goes through here and also through the drop area right here, doing a lot of damage to anyone that is playing in this area. Now, if you're trying to go over towards B and do an A split, using either your drone like this to clear out this close area. By the way, this is again a pretty dangerous drone spot. You can get peeked pretty easily from main, so firstly make sure you're safe, and also make sure you have an enemy or a teammate for you, kind of clearing out this area, and then you can clear out all of the side like this. Or if you already have this space, you can kind of get some information like this. It isn't the greatest one. Or just usually drone in, check out the heaven area, and use your drone like that. For reveals, I've shown you one before. Like this. Or just like this, jumping up and just throwing it up there. Or even with a reveal like this can be pretty useful. Double bounce, revealing the people that are playing in the link, and not not able to be shot by the people that are playing heaven or close here. What you can also do, shock darts like this, or like this, kind of clear at the side, or even towards heaven, like this, or even without a bounce, just like this, or even towards link, with bounce or without one. If you're coming B from main, I recommend that you go all the way close here and then drone, checking out if people are playing behind these boxes, and then going towards the side, checking out both corners, and maybe finding out if somebody's playing in the link area. For a dart, I recommend one either towards CT, pretty high up like this. This one is difficult to shoot, and it will read the people that are playing in C-link, and it cannot be shot by the people that are playing on upper area right here and the people that are playing in Link, or using one like this, either with one bounce or even one high up, like this, or even like this, is pretty hard to shoot and will get you a lot of information over the side. Or even one like this through this upper area to reveal the people that are playing in the Link area right here is a pretty good idea. What you can also do, again, shock darts if you know somebody's Link, like this, or even double bounce, making sure the enemies are going a little farther behind or even towards the door and then doing more damage to them. But you can also do, again, shock darts towards heaven and the C-Link area, and in general also saving your shock darts for a post plant can be pretty good by just waiting close here, using a shock dart like this, or jumping around the corner using a shock dart like this can be pretty good, and then going back and using your ult to play post plant with is a pretty good idea. Same thing also if you catch somebody out with your drone, for example somebody's playing either close or playing in the heaven area, you can then ult them off of the ping with your drone and you can get a kill or two. If you don't hit anyone, I recommend either the Link area towards A, that is where most people usually play at, or towards heaven, or towards C-Link as well. And now switching over towards C, and on C it is pretty simple. You wait right here in the beginning of the round, throw a dart to reveal anyone that is playing main. This dart is a pretty strong one, it will reveal the people behind these boxes, and it is pretty hard to shoot for the people that are trying to hold you from here. They have to go all the way up. It can be dodged by just going around this corner, but most of the times you will reveal most of the people that are playing in main. Or you can also use it with one bounce, playing all the way back here, one bounce, jumping, and like that revealing anyone, but making it easier to shoot. What you can also do instead of darting is use a drone, check out close, even marking people. This is especially good if you have your ult, because if there is a chamber on the enemy team, they will usually TP back and they will be stuck right here in this corner. After they have TP'd back, they are marked out and you can easily kill them with your ult. Talking about your ult, farming this ult orb is a pretty good idea. In general, farming ult orbs with Sova is a pretty good idea and you can get a lot of value off of that. What you can also do if you have your ult is a reveal like this, all the way up here. This reveal can also be used, by the way, by your teammates that are playing on site and you're playing in main for post plant. Spamming the people that are coming into waterfall through this area right here with, for example, a phantom through this wall if they're revealed. Or even if you're playing on site or an enemy is playing on site that has any damaging util, using a shock dart or just, for example, a raise nade like this can be pretty effective combined with this reveal. By taking the site, you can either use a drone. By the way, if you're using this drone, be careful about people opening the door. So as soon as you hear somebody opening the door, go out of your drone. No matter how much information or how recently you have used your drone, just get out, make sure to fight the people first and make sure that you are safe. Other options for stuff is a dart like this, jumping and throwing it behind here. Or just using it in a normal way, like this, right here, or even like this right here, revealing more towards the waterfall area. What you have to be careful of and what your information tools should tell you, so your drone or your dart, this close corner right here, and most likely the people backside as well, and find out if somebody's playing in the CT area. Talking about CT, there's most of the time somebody playing behind the smoke. You can easily reveal them with a reveal like this and get some free kills off of the people through the smoke. Also, shock darts into the smoke, always a pretty good idea, can work out pretty well. If the enemies have a killjoy ult, they are most likely going to use it right here. So I recommend that you are waiting, if you know the enemies have a killjoy ult and you have your Sova ult, waiting, getting ready as soon as you hear anything making you believe the enemies are killjoy ulting. Use your ult to get also some damage off of the killjoy as well, and trying to get as much area in the Link area right here to do a lot of damage to the enemies. If I had to give Sova a rating from S to F, I'd actually give him the A tier. In my opinion, Sova is not quite the best info initiator you can use on a map like Lotus, but he is still pretty decent, and if played right, especially with his ult being pretty strong for post plants, and also his shock darts being pretty strong at destroying cypher trips, or just trips in general, I think Sova can be used pretty well on this map, and if you have the right lineups, you can use him even better, especially on the A side with, for example, an Odin. Same thing also with a Sheriff or a Guardian, just any weapon that can shoot through the A side doors, and the same thing also with B side if you have a lineup for the C, if you can like bang through these walls as well. that would be it from me. If you want to see any other agent on any other map, write it down in the comments. And if you want to see anything else Vant related, write it down there as well. By the way, I have newly added a Excel sheet that you can actually access. It should be the same one as I have right here, that you can check every time after the video and see if we already have your favorite agent on your favorite map. If not, write it down in the comments which one you want to see next, and then I will be able to cover it in my next videos. And as always, don't forget to like and sub, and come say hi to me on Twitch where I stream almost daily. Have a great rest of your day, and see you guys very soon. Bye!